Hi, I'm McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups and relationship issues. And today, let's just get into Andrew Tate's take on, can a woman be friends with her ex, or can a man be friends with their ex? Much better question, right? Let's get into it. Let's get his take. I'll chime in. We'll keep this quick.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I go crazy. Yes. No, you wouldn't.
No.
Why?
Why the fuck would I?
You might have maintained like a good relationship.
What? What is this? These lies in my...
How's it a lie? It could be like a good woman.
Let's talk about masculine and feminine friendship. I understand why you'd be friends with an ex. Because you can gain things, right? You're friends with that man. He might, I don't know, occasionally buy you some dinner, or he might pick you up, or he might help you with
Because he's my
something.
friend.
Yeah, it's because he's your friend. Correct.
You know, no things, just a friend.
Yeah, that's right. He's just a friend. He'll do some things for you. As a woman, what things will you do for him?
I'm here. I'm a really good friend, actually.
Chat shit on fucking WhatsApp. Anything else?
No, I saw them, checking on them. Like the things that I feel like men need, like we do as women.
Men will do real things for you. A female friend won't do shit for you besides try and get attention out of you. That's it. It's a waste of time to have female friends as a man. Complete waste of time. They don't give you anything. Being friends with an ex, I completely understand why she would do it. The man's gonna get horny. The man's gonna wanna message her now and again. The man's gonna wanna bang her now and again. The man might do favors for her, X, Y, Z, but she ain't gonna do nothing for him. So any man who is friends with a woman is giving his attention without retrieving and receiving what he wants from a female, which is sex. So it's a mistake. It's a mistake to make. If you give something away for free, it has no value. My attention has value. I don't give my attention to people who don't give me what I want in return. It's a waste of time. What's she gonna give me?
Well, women can do some other things. I mean, I've known guys before where even guys that put themselves first, she might help you out with a ride. She might help you out with some extra money, those kinds of things. Not saying that applies to myself or Andrew Tate, because what Andrew Tate does brilliantly is whatever point he's making, he uses anecdotal examples or examples that can really grab your emotions. And that's why he's a killing speaker. He makes points. He backs it up. Whether you agree with him or not is up to you. Do I believe that you could be friends with an ex? Sure, there's certain circumstances you can be. You have to be damn honest with yourself. Are you doing this with a hidden agenda? Because if you're doing it with a hidden agenda, that's a totally different ballgame. What he's saying is, for him, women, if you break up with them, you're not being honest with yourself that you want sex, right? So she's saying, oh, we can be friends. Different guys have different morals and values and can do it. The problem is when the guy goes, oh, I do just want to be the friend, but in the back of his mind, he's like, I want to hook up with you from time to time. I do want these things. It's misleading. It's contrived. And he's saying, why not just move on, move forward? I know where he's coming from, and he knows very clearly what he sees, what he wants, and he's saying, this is how I operate, right? And a lot of people are saying, well, this is how all men operate. Not all men operate that way. It's fine. But he's saying, I'm direct. I know what I want. I'm not going to deal with that. And now he gives kind of an extreme example of how this works in his world. So let's get into it.
Advice? You think I need advice from some ex? The fuck? Where are your advice? You're gonna do nothing but sit there and go, hey babe, and send me the odd selfie trying to get attention again. I see her as a liability. I see her as something for me to pay money for someone to pick up, someone to defend if we randomly get an attack on the street, someone to give a shit about without any exchange. And what does she give me?
Exchange, advice.
Advice? The fucking, what dude is getting advice from chicks?
Just
What dude is
love.
getting advice from girls? Any man who sits...
There's special circumstances where you might get financial advice from a financial advisor. So your ex-girlfriend might have some area that she specializes in that can help you out. Let's say she was a doctor, right, and you had a medical issue. You might call it for that. So he's being a bit extreme that there's nothing that a woman could help you with afterwards. Now, on the flip side, if you were going, this is one that a lot of guys do, and I've seen this before. Asking for advice on relationships from your ex-girlfriend would be a no-no, right? But he's going extreme, right? He's saying that a woman can't be what a man friend could be. And I would say that no, in most cases, no, they can't. On the flip side, we're talking specifically about an ex being your friend. The difference is that you were looking at that woman in a different way than you do now. You could be their acquaintance. You could be their friend at a distance, I believe, much easier than being, hey, we're going to talk every weekend, we're going to chit-chat, we're going to text. That's misleading. So the degree and the level of it. With Andrew Tate, he's going to be polarizing, so he's going to go one extreme or the next, which I respect because he has his reasons, right? He has his reasons. But I would be very curious if he said that he's never contacted an ex in a friendly manner post-breakup. And I'll tell you why. It's not because he's weak or needy. It's because he might need something or a number or a contact or something like that, and he wouldn't be attached to the ex-girlfriend's attention or her getting back with him. And to me, if you were going to stay friends, and I would say staying friends at a distance, staying friends loosely, right? It would only work if you have the ability to be strong enough to say, there's nothing else I want. I'm completely fine with this. And I've seen this in a lot of guys that are married, that have been married for 15, 20 years, and they're like, this was my best friend. We're still close. We're still connected. We can absolutely still be friends because all the feelings, all the intimate feelings that they once had are kind of dissipated. And so there is no hidden agenda. Now, going to them for advice would be a totally different game. So let's get back into it.
Sits there and goes, my life ain't going right. Let me text some chick. Is a dumbass. He's a dumbass.
How is he dumbass?
Because you should go to your boys, your team.
No, because boys do this weird toxic alpha.
It ain't toxic alpha. It really isn't, my dear.
It really is. It
no.
really is. Okay.
If a man has a serious issue in his life, he can't go to a woman.
Okay, so I would agree on some levels. Okay, so first of all, I've talked to a lot of guys that will go to a woman for advice on their relationship or pursuing a woman. Most of the time, the woman will give them advice that's bad because they'll be looking at it from their standpoint. By the way, men that are friends of yours that are highly masculine and whatnot, they can give just as bad advice. The bottom line is human beings are going to impose their values and morals onto you. And that's why it's really important to hang out with people that have good morals and values that line up with yours. Otherwise, you're going to be following their lead. He's saying that why would I get advice from a woman ever, right? Like I said, this is his style to be extreme. That being said, that when you go to someone for advice, you should get a specialist in whatever field it's in, including mental health, including fitness training, whether that's a man or a woman. Get a specialist that has a background in it. And I'm saying that could be either side. Now, what I would say is in the terms of an ex-girlfriend that's your quote-unquote friend, I wouldn't get advice on your relationships or a whole lot of other things because there's going to be a bias built in. If your ex-girlfriend was specialized in a certain field, highly specialized, then it would be in your best interest to maybe ask their advice in that specific field. Does that make sense? So there is some exceptions to the rule.
If a man goes to a woman with his issue, it's not a serious issue. I feel sad, my ex left me, some dumb shit.
Yeah, but
right?
women can give a
They're
rational-
trying to kill me. I need a gun now. You don't text some chick in your phone. You text your boys because it's only your men who can help you. I'm in Ukraine. The Russians have invaded. I need a way out. Who's got a car? Oh, Cheyenne's coming. Peugeot 206. Get fucked. Don't lie to me. The women can't help you. Women cannot help you.
That's an extreme situation. That
But
you've
life's
listed.
extreme.
So what he does brilliantly is he keeps putting her in his frame, which is something Rollo Tomasi talks about. He keeps having her answer to him, which a lot of women find attractive subliminally. So getting back to it, he's using these extreme examples to make his point, right? Like if I'm in a war-torn Ukraine and there's guns around and I'm facing death, I'm going to call my man friends. Okay, so you can agree with him on that, right? And he's making a good point. This is what I respect. He makes good points. He's got passion, emotion involved. Getting involved in that. Getting back to the main question, can you be friends with your ex? Absolutely you can. You just got to be honest with yourself and what your intention are, and if your feelings are finished. If your feelings are still involved, then you're just lying to yourself. Now, he's saying overall, like a female friend, you don't need to get advice. You don't need to do that. I think that's a bit extreme. But depending on the individual, it's like I've heard Andrew Tate say before, this is how I think, this is how I feel, this is my life experience, this is how I roll, and I respect the hell out of that. I think that there is no wrong or right answer to this. It's a choice. So if you say, like, look, for me, I think I want to stay friends with my ex because I can, because I don't have those feelings anymore, because we're still close, we're connected. Until it goes bad, I'm fine. Do it, right? Don't let other people's values be imposed upon you. But if you're on the opposite end, you're like, no, I don't really want to be friends with him. But his reasoning for it, I mean, it's fun to listen to. It really is. I mean, because it makes sense what he's saying. But you can make an argument for this either way. You just got to be honest with your situation. That's what you got to come back to. What's your individual situation? What's your individual feelings? What's your individual morals and values? Use those. All right, I hope that helped you. If you'd like a book a live coaching session, talk about your breakup, your relationship, the link's below.